Hi, so it's the Q&A that everyone, one person asked for and then a bunch of people put questions up for. Now I need to figure out how to get back to Google Images because I, as you guys will see, took screenshots of all the comments because I've seen other YouTubers do that and I'm like, I can do that. Yeah. So, but the thing is I had no way of getting them onto my phone other than putting them onto Google Photos after screenshotting them all. We'll start with personal questions is what I've labeled them as. It's like the us questions, not necessarily football questions, and then I can cut over for the end part and whatever. First questions, there's like 9 in a row, but they're all the, what's the sweetest, cutest thing the other has done for you?
Probably the sweetest thing you did for me, especially at the start, was, I want to say it's the giant teddy bear.
Oh.
When I saw you bring that in, or when
it was already home.
Yeah.
Because I took it home from Goodwill.
And it was
it was in the back of the car. I didn't want to take it out.
Yeah.
Because it was like just having another person back there.
Yeah, and it was just incredibly sweet that you get me something like that.
I don't know what the cutest thing you've done. There's been a lot of things. I don't know how to rank them all as S. Perhaps it was something in WoW, I guess. You're not necessarily known for doing like sweet and cute things that I know of, or at least that I notice.
I was going to buy you the new Dragera book, but then we realized, mostly through me talking to you about it, that if I hadn't told you, you would have bought it.
Yeah. We went over that gifting thing where I was like, you probably should warn me about things like that, then I'm going to buy something because I will find a way to pay for it.
Yeah. There was something. Oh, bracelet. When yours started falling apart, I took it down and got you a new one.
Yeah.
Because to me, these are like, they mean something emotionally.
Yeah, I had a rainbow one before, and then I went back and got Aaron a black one. Because he was like, he wanted one, and so we had one for a while, but then like the green on my rainbow one was like coming apart.
The yellow just melted.
Oh, it was, yeah.
Yeah.
But it started melting for some reason, or breaking. It was just like pulling apart. So we went down and we got one custom made that was black and green to be for the pit bulls, and now I don't wear it because I'm not on that team. So maybe I should go get a black and white one. Who asked who out first? This is going to go along with the same question. So another person asked, and it's later, I've never heard the story about how you two met. I haven't seen a video about how you and Aaron met. So this goes along with that, kind of two questions at the same time. How did we meet? We met outside a bar. Because he was the ride for the drunk roommate who got to have the one day a year at Pride that he got to have relations with a guy. Because he was married to a girl.
I think they were just dating at the time.
No, yeah, they were, whatever.
Yeah.
She could not go into the bar because she was 20. Aaron was 22.
I think I was, it was past my 21st.
But we would have abandoned her outside because I was there with Bill.
Yeah.
And we came outside, and that's when we first met. And then I think later that night, we got back together, and we all went back to your place.
Yeah, because I had a 3-bedroom apartment that I shared with, at the time, 4 other people.
Yeah, and Josh, just Bill wound up being the guy. I'm like, weirdly, it was like my date. So Bill wound up going off with Josh to the bedroom, and then that was awkward. And then she left to go see what they were up to, and it was like, and I had nothing left to do. We were sitting there watching Underworld on a tiny television too. It wasn't even like the later television.
Oh God, yeah, that was that itty bitty
television.
CRT television.
Yeah. So
God, I'd forgotten about that.
We stopped and then retired to the bedroom because it was really boring.
Yeah.
And then about 2 weeks later, we got called out that I was hogging and monopolizing his time on WoW too much. And someone said, well, why don't you just like date him if you're going to spend so much time with him? And so we didn't ask each other out. We got called out the fact that we were basically acting like we were dating.
Yeah.
So that happened there, and that's where we kind of figured out, the anniversary came from.
Which is why our anniversary, in other words, is Pride.
No, it's not. It's
near Pride.
It's 2 weeks after Pride. We tried to figure out where it was. It was bad.
Another
Yeah,
question
there's
on the
more question on there. What's your favorite thing about each other? Can be physically, mentally, or emotionally.
I don't even know how to put it into words.
He makes money for my interests. He's my sugar daddy.
For you or for me or whatever, it's the little kind things you do, the nice things, and your humor. Just all of those things that when I see them, I look at you and say, God, I love you.
Who is more ticklish? I don't know what's wrong with my brain. It's really, it can happen, but then it's like he can't do it a second time.
Yeah.
It's sort of...
I think I tickled your foot once.
And my toes did the little thing, and then you tried to do it again, and my toes didn't even work. It's like...
Yeah. I think you just, like, turn off your nervous system or something.
I think it's the same reason why I have a terrible, like, high pain tolerance, is why I can't be tickled that much. If you could live anywhere, where would it be? Me? Germany. It could have been anywhere else differently before a couple of years ago, but now it's Germany. I'm not unpatriotic. I'm just kind of done with America for a while.
And for me, I'm kind of just anywhere. Like, I visited Istanbul. It was awesome. I want to visit Netherlands. It looks like it would be awesome. Like, after traveling the world, I will probably want to come back to Portland. Just because I love the city.
That's true. Portland will probably drag us back, but for at least a little bit, things are getting a little bit testy in America. What is your favorite thing about yourself? So I would have to say my favorite thing is that I keep having these moments of being able to come out. I came out as gay, was probably the very first thing. I came out then as autistic because I was technically out of the closet before I was diagnosed with autism. And then I came out as a metalhead. Like, significantly after that. I was too busy listening to pop music, what everyone thought was pop, and then I'd be forced to listen to that alternative stuff for a while and just went, you know what, screw it. It's like, let's just do it. My Pandora station plays so much metal and hard rock, it's very unbecoming of a gay, almost.
Yeah.
It then gets followed up by some Gaga and Britney Spears toxic, but anybody who sees my Snapchat knows what happens there sometimes.
I think my favorite thing about myself, or at least one of the things that I like about myself, is my communication. I know that I always harp on it with you and how we both need to communicate better, but being able to basically translate between two people who are literally speaking the same language but don't understand each other at all is an amazing feeling.
Oh, another thing ranks high up there. My ability that's really strange to creatively conceptualize things in a musical format. Like, I can literally watch a football game and know how to make a music video out of that.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and how I could take Kingdom Hearts and turn it into Unforgiven 2. You've seen that one all the way through. That's freaky.
Yeah.
Cards for those. Top 5 music albums. Oh my god, I don't even know music albums at this point. It's 2017, we just deal with songs.
Yeah, but I think I can name at least a couple.
Go with the American Idiot.
Yeah, American Idiot, Broadway.
Because the Broadway, well, I guess the whole idea of it doesn't really have to, but mine would be the Broadway show because I went through so much theater, I have a soft spot for hearing actual harmonizing voices.
And I honestly just like the Broadway versions of the songs better. 21 Guns, I don't actually care for the Green Day version. It's amazing and soulful. 5
music albums? I mean, we could always go with Christmas Eve and Other Stories from Trans-Siberian Orchestra. That's for both of us.
I prefer...
Night Castle?
No, I just had it. Beethoven's Last Night.
Well, that could be up there too. I mean, so we're at 3 albums right now. Guess for me, the new Disturbed album. I like songs from their older albums, but I've listened pretty much on YouTube to pretty much every song from their new one that has the Sound of Silence on it. Pretty much the rest of it, yeah.
Like you said, it's 2017. I Pandora all.
We know songs.
Yeah.
Dream jobs for both of you. Mine's professional football player.
hands down, no doubt.
No doubt. Like, I thought my dream job would have been a cosmologist or a physicist at some point, but I never really had the drive for it. I'm literally torturing my body to become a professional football player. I was never in the mood to torture my body to become a physicist.
Then again, you wouldn't really need to.
Have you taken Calculus 2 at Clark College?
That's not a physical, that's a mental.
You didn't have my teacher. I didn't flunk that class just because I was playing too much WoW.
Was it, what's his bucket?
You don't know.
No. For me, software developer, web developer, something developing software or applications for computers that help other people do stuff. Like, everything I've built so far has really been just kind of fun. It doesn't help people do things that are critical. And that's where I want to go. I want to move towards useful software.
What is the most annoying thing the other person does? Have you heard him chew?
No, they haven't.
That's it. Oh, Lord.
He fills silence. He doesn't like silence, so he fills it with talking. And then if I don't react quickly, he won't let me talk. Like if I have something I want to say to respond, he'll be in the middle of the sentence, finish it. Aha, he finished. And he'll go on to a tangent. Because I don't like interrupting people.
Second most annoying thing I do. Continue a conversation from days before.
Oh my god.
Or continue the conversation that I've been having in my head for the last 10 minutes, and I've already gotten your half of the conversation already out of the way, and went, we don't need to have this actual conversation, let's just start here.
You might think that doing that would be inaccurate, but he has such a good model of me that he actually does know what I would say in response to what he says.
Yeah.
We've gone through it. No, that's not fair. I need to be in that part of the conversation too. What if I think something different or say something different? And then we go through it and it's...
And I do this with other people too. It's not necessarily my favorite thing about me. I find it quite annoying.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It's something that my brain does. So that's that for Michael A's question. Matt Riley's, what's your all-time favorite NFL players past and present? I don't have many past. I've been following it for 3 years. So, Edelman, Kuechly, Amendola, Gostkowski, Dalton.
I really don't know NFL well at all. So I'm just going to say Kuechly because...
I shared something on my Tumblr. Long time ago. Well, I say a long time ago, but in terms of like Tumblr, it was forever. 2015.
Yeah.
And it was a triple gift set. It just showed Luke Kuechly and some guy holding a straight face. And all he said was, Luke him up and throw away the Kuechly. And he just doing that, and the other guy, and then the last gift, like laughed, and then he got a bigger smile. That's all the gift set was. Aaron just loves his puns.
Yeah.
Who are your favorite YouTubers that you like and subscribe? Any, not just football. I don't know many football ones. I mean, I know Quarterback HD, Lineman Football, and I Know Football. I usually look up specific videos on things, but I don't tend to follow the actual channels themselves.
So, favorite YouTuber that we like and subscribe?
It could be just a generalized channel, like Fine Brothers, to an extent.
I'm okay with them. They're funny, but Fine Brothers are meh. As far as like edutainment, it's absolutely Crash Course.
Yeah, be the whole Vlog Brothers.
Yeah, the whole
empire.
Yeah, that. Nerdfighteria.
And then Mamery. Honestly, of the three, I like all three, but Mamery the most.
I think I like Hannah better.
I've had kind of a sketchy past with like stuff, and there's a lot of times you laugh, and I'm looking at Mamery going, "Sister." If you had the means, are there any other places in the U.S. you'd like to visit? Why did you Hawaii and Alaska? Just because they're such extremes. They're not in the contiguous states. Alaska is so far out there. It's not, I want to say that it's not just that it's cold, but they're just so far removed from contiguous states.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't expect everyone to be Palin up there, because I've met the Galaflockers. I haven't met them, but I've watched enough of their videos, and I've talked with Dan a lot. That they seem like Pacific Northwestern people. They just have way too much Canadian influence, if any, because nobody in Canada lives up there but the Inuit.
Yeah.
And then Hawaii, because it's tropical. It's islandy. It's
kind of the antithesis
it's antithetical.
to here.
And Alaska.
Yeah.
I've been to Florida. I don't recommend it.
Yeah, I had fun in Florida, but mostly because I was going there to go to Disney World. For me, New York and DC. DC when someone else is the president. But New York because it's a giant city and it's iconic and I want to experience that. DC because it's...
Jellyfam Sway asked this before. I answered it in the comment. Why do you always walk a mile in the morning?
It's not a mile.
It's 0.31. I measured it on Google Earth. And why do we walk up there? Because Aaron takes the train in the morning to get into work. The electric train.
And it's nice to have company on the walk.
That too. Plus there's Pokestops up there. Which is an added bonus.
Not a reason, it's a bonus.
Although I have walked up there only to get the Pokestops.
Well, so have I.
There's a gym and a Pokestop up there, so benefit.
Yeah. And there's Pokemon on the way.
Jelly Duck 100, which insect is the most irritating? I literally looked up whether scabies were an insect, and they're actually an arachnid, so that doesn't count. Because way a long time ago I wound up getting a scabies infection, and they were really, really, really irritating, so I figured that was going to be it. But they're actually an arachnid. So the most irritating insect, currently, right now, those little white things that fly around everywhere around here.
For me, it's a toss-up between mosquitoes, because they buzz next to your ear more than anything, and the big fat flies. Just because they...
The big fat flies, you're like, you are pushing 25 hours old. Stop!
And they are big enough and dense enough that they hit the window and go, pong, pong, pong.
Yeah. Okay, so the rest are football questions. Did you want to get up and stretch your leg and stuff? Take a cut here while Aaron gets up and I reposition myself. Missed one. How tall are you?
I'm too tall. I'm 6'5".
Yeah, I'm 5'11".
7 inches.
That's 6.
It is, because I'm used to saying 6'6".
And then he got measured the doctor at 6'5", and I was like, haha, you're 6'5". And then he kept saying I'm 6'6", and I'm like, you're 6'5".
Yeah. When
So-
I'm wearing shoes, I'm 6'6".